Now, welcome back to the Sports Vault. Jersey Joe here, and finally time to get into some soccer. Now, it's been a while since I have been back because just to show, FC Barcelona, I think the last time was before the Champions League final, and now back, obviously FC Barcelona taking it, but this is kind of, if you have been watching and following, we have Copa America right now, the FIFA Women's World Cup, both really exciting watches. But I think after last night with the incident with Neymar, Colombia, the red card in Copa America, it's funny because I had kind of doing the show prep for today. The title of the segment I really wanted to do was Neymar, and to me, he is the third best player in the world, and I've been pretty vocal about that. And it's an interesting notion because I don't think you could criticize anybody for their third choice. I think obviously Messi and Ronaldo are 1 and 2, and there's no debate over those two. But after that, I think there's a lot of room. I like Neymar. I did this segment with my co-host Michael Holzer back in, I think it was February, and I said actually Sergio Aguero. But obviously it changes, and he has Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which I think is still worthy. Luis Suarez, I've heard from some people, and I think you could make that argument. So the third best player, I think, offers a lot of wiggle room. But at the same time, to me, it's a pretty easy choice, Neymar. Now, obviously, after last night, people are going and they're giving him a lot of hate. And look, I think a lot of it is a little going overboard. Neymar is an incredible talent. Like I said, to me, he's the third best player in world football, and playing behind Messi, you could see how Messi is rubbing off on him from a playing standpoint. I mean, when you look at their first win, Brazil's first win again in Copa America against Peru, Neymar scores that early goal. Then at the end, in crunch time, when you need an answer the most, he finds one. He sets up a beautiful winning goal with the pass. And again, Ray Hudson said it the best. I think there's only one other player who wears number 10 who could make a pass like that. And it's absolutely true. When you look at Messi and Neymar from a physical standpoint, they're very similar, and they do play very similar types of games. And I think Neymar has learned unselfishness from Messi. He's learning how to be a pro. And look, Neymar's young. He's 23. I think this Copa America, the one thing that people have to understand is these South American sides are very, very physical. Watch Messi with Argentina. He was not having it. He was getting pushed around the other day, and he was not having it. These South American teams are very physical, and the officials let them play. Some people like that, some people don't. I think when you're like Messi and Neymar and you play in a league like La Liga where they are going to give you a lot of these calls when their clubs are being physical with you, it gets frustrating sometimes, but that is South American football. It's about grit and it's about toughness, and the officials are not always going to give you the benefit of that doubt. And Neymar and Messi have both been on the ground a lot. Teams are challenging them. Sometimes it's borderlining on where that would have absolutely been a yellow card in La Liga. So I think the frustration to me is somewhat understandable to Neymar, but at the same time, he does have to have a cooler head at the end of the game. Now, if you watch, there's a little scuffle. He kind of throws his head like a twitch where he tries to headbutt an opponent, and then he gets shoved down. Now, I didn't think it was the worst headbutt in the world. Clearly, there was an attempt, but I didn't think it was super egregious. I just think at the end of the day, there's so much frustration. Brazil didn't play well. Colombia, you give them credit because coming off their loss to Venezuela, they did not play well, but they just dominated against Brazil. James had a great game. But I could see the frustration. You could see it building in Neymar. And look, he's got to get smarter, and I think he will. I think being around a guy like Messi's magic has already rubbed off on him from a playing standpoint. I think he's going to learn to be a pro from playing with Messi as well. Again, he's 23. I wouldn't overblow it. Copa America is very physical. the officiating sometimes is definitely not going to favor you, even if you're a superstar. They're going to let guys get their chances, take their hits on you. And for guys like Neymar, I think it's frustrating sometimes. And I'm not going to overreact to it too much. Was he wrong? Absolutely. Is he going to put his team in a bad spot? Absolutely. Is he going to be suspended? Probably. But at the same time, I still think he's got so much room to grow, and he's so talented. I mean, you got his numbers from his season in La Liga: 33 matches, 22 goals, 7 assists, 95 shots, and to me, a lot of them were meaningful. I mean, I think when you go back and you chart all of the meaningful goals for Barcelona this year, whether it's been in the Champions League race or in regular season games that were important in La Liga or Copa del Rey, he had great runs. He's just a great player. To me, he's the third best in the world. He's only going to continue to get even better playing with Messi, learning how to be, and he is unselfish on the pitch. And I could see, look, I don't want to overblow it too much because he's a great player. To me, third best in the world. It's Messi, it's Ronaldo, and then it's Neymar. Some people will disagree, but that's just my thoughts on it. And again, I'm not going to overreact to what happened too much last night, but I mean, I think overall, Messi and Ronaldo, there's always going to be the people who still like Ronaldo a little bit more. But, I mean, I still think look at Messi and look at Ronaldo. If you're trying to find one thing to separate who's better, it's got to come down to Messi can beat you by not scoring. Ronaldo cannot. Messi just by passing the ball. Like you saw in the Champions League final, Messi doesn't score a goal. I still thought it was one of his most brilliant performances of the season. Just by creating space, penetrating the defense, just the way he connects and makes supreme passes, it's something no one else can do, and it's something that just elevates everyone around him. That's something I don't want to. I'm not a Ronaldo hater in any way. I think he's phenomenal to watch. I mean, if you let me watch Messi and Ronaldo all day, you could lock me in a trailer all day and you put those two on, and I'd be happy as a clam. But I think you've got to find a way to separate them, and that's it. It's the unselfishness. And it's really all about, I mean, you look at the way Suarez, Neymar, and Messi all cohesively work, and it's just like clockwork. It's beautiful. Then you look at Benzema, Bale, and Ronaldo, well, it doesn't work as much. And why? Well, it's because Messi doesn't need to score. He's happy enough. He's like LeBron, honestly. Messi and LeBron James are the same. They play different sports, but they are all of the same. Ronaldo is more of Kobe Bryant, and you look at Messi, he's LeBron. He's always willing to pass and create opportunities for his teammates, even if he's not scoring. Kobe and Ronaldo, they've always got to have the ball. They have to be the ones scoring. Everyone else get out of their way. Now, Ronaldo has come around a little bit. There are times where he is trying to get his teammates involved. Same thing with Kobe, but I think their core is what it is. They want the ball. They want to be the ones scoring. Messi and LeBron are the same, and I think that's so interesting how basketball and then you look at soccer, where they are kind of similar in the fact that the ball movement is so important in both sports, and the guys in the teams that thrive move the balls the best. Messi and LeBron are guys who always, their game is built on being unselfish, creating opportunities, penetrating, creating space, and they've got a unearthly skill set on offense to back it up. Messi and LeBron are the same, folks. Neymar is the third best player in the world, and just, man, kind of not where I was expecting to take this, but I've kind of thought, I did a piece on this for one of my classes where I kind of laid it all out there, and I always kind of wanted to do a segment kind of explaining that in full detail why LeBron and Messi are exactly the same. Again, they play different sports, but they are one and the same. I mean, I think when you look at them, the way that they just conduct themselves on the pitch or on the basketball court, and just the way that they play, everything they do is extraordinarily similar. They're the same, and they are the king of their respective sports for it. Unselfishness breeds success in sports and in life, folks. Messi and LeBron understand that, and it's the reason they continue to win, and they continue to win big. But kind of looking ahead into the show a little bit, the Women's World Cup is coming up, and I got to be honest, I am loving every minute of it. It is high quality to the highest degree. The U.S. got a lot to talk about. I don't want to get into it here. Got a couple minutes left on the clock, so we'll reshift, and we'll be right back with Women's World Cup.